Heather and Chris here to show you how regular do-it-yourselfers can install a professional-looking roof using durable and easy-to-install Ondura roofing panels. We used the Ondura roofing system to cover this doghouse in about 15 minutes. But Ondura panels would also be an outstanding choice to roof sheds or playhouses too. You can go to ondura.com to download directions and see several videos to have you installing these panels in minutes. We also used some Tuftex clear polycarbonate panels to create some vaulted windows. The Tuftex panels are also so easy to use that you can cut them with ordinary craft scissors or utility knife. You can get directions by going to tuftexpanel.com. They can also be used for greenhouses and patios to let some light in. We hope you enjoy this project.
There.
Success!
Yep. This is just a scrap piece.
No, it's fabulous.
We'll find something.
Okay, so this was our first time ever using Ondura products. It's Ondura asphalt roofing. What we found is if we cut it on the back side, we don't get any chip out on the pretty top side, the beautiful brown color. And also, look how well chalk lines show up on this sucker. You can see everything. Easy to cut. We just have, as you saw, just a standard battery-powered steel saw.
Yeah. And this is the dustable kind. I'm not sure if the red stuff shows up better, but this is
I don't know, but this stuff works great. Because I can see the line I need to hit, and it's easy to cut. Spits a little bit, but no big deal. All right. Okay. Nice. Edge looks lovely. Easy to use. The only reason is we're using two people is we've never used it before. We just don't want to accidentally do something bad because we're not familiar with it. But if I had two sawhorses, this would be a single person job. It's great.
All we need is a little bit longer arms and it'd be get it all done.
Unfortunately, Ondura doesn't give me longer arms, but easy to use. I like it so far. Pretty cool. Okay, the other thing we've done, so we downloaded the Ondura directions because, again, we've never used it before and we wanted to make sure we were doing it right. It's kind of like a whole kit. You've got coordinating nails, there's some vented foam, like these lovely little guys, that go under the crowns. So they're all stuffed under here. So all we have to do when we make sure we nail is on the first row, about 2 inches from the bottom of the roof. We have about 1 3/4 inch overhang. I think we went with 2 inches just because it measured out really well for this. But 1 3/4 inch overhang minimum. Nail about 2 inches from the base of the eaves, the actual roof part. Your bottom row, you nail every crown. Now you got to make sure when you're nailing on the crown, you don't squish it out flat. You just want to have it to where it just holds the roof secure without changing the shape of the roof. It's super simple. It takes very little effort. The hardest effort you're going to have is nailing into the actual roof material. And our roof is, what thickness did you buy? 1/2 inch? 3/4?
3/8.
Oh, okay. So, no, you got 1/2 inch. Remember, you got 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll start with the reflective
Yep,
on it
we got
too,
the 1/2
for
inch. So we
dogs.
got the 1/2 inch reflective because in Southern California, our dogs are more worried about heat rather than cold.
But it works for cold too.
Yeah. So
Radiant barrier.
the 1/2 inch radiant barrier plywood is underneath. Then we put the rolled tar paper, stapled it in place, and then we have a drip rail along all the edge. We found the brown kind of coordinates, so you can see. Ooh, ah. So we did all that prep work to save you from being totally bored. All right, we're gonna pause it a minute, get set up, and attach the last pieces here, and then you'll watch us nail it in, and boom. All right, so one of the last things is, well, our roof was a little wider than our panel. So the first one, to get it straight, if you were working with a larger section than we are, to measure 48 inches from your eaves and then 48 inches from the peak of your roof or your rake, and chalk line or draw a straight line. That way you put your edge and you start nice and neat. We did that, but I just used one of those T-squares and drew a pencil line because it's a smaller roof, easier. The other thing is when you go to do any additional ones is you're measuring 44 inches out from that mark. So if you had a big wide roof like our normal, like our shed or something, 48 inches and then 44 inches out the rest of the way. Because it's going to underlap by 1 crown. And when we cut this little last piece, we've got 1 full curve that's overlapping, and that's real important. The other thing is, if you're in a windy area, think about direction of wind. They said you want to think, if you've got a wind blowing one direction, you want it to overlap so it's not going to be lifting it away. I don't know exactly where we're going to put this in the yard, so we just put it together the way we like. Now you get to be bored while I hammer all these in place. It's going to take a couple minutes. They're pretty simple. And they even have a technique online I was reading, because you can download the manual. If you had to pull a nail, put a piece of pipe or something round in here, and then you can use your claw hammer to press against something sturdy. So that's kind of cool. Hopefully we don't need to do that today. Okay. So our first row is done. From this one, it's up every 24 inches or so, and you keep on going up your roof. If you're doing multiple sheets, check for the overlap requirements. You can download them at ondura.com. But we're at the point where we actually get to put the roofing cap when we complete the other side. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll be back in a few minutes to do the cool little ridge cap. Alright, so we got both sides covered with the Ondura roofing, and we're just putting on the ridge cap right now. We do have the little foamy vents stuck under here, and we found the chalk line works great on the outside too, so it'll be easy to dust off with a broom or something. So we're just going to go ahead and get this all nailed in. I like the chalk line. I think that works really easy. Ta-da! Check that out. That looks like a roof. Now all we have to do is trim the ends of the ridge cap.
Yeah.
And basically all you have to do is just slice it down the center, fold it so that it kind of overlaps itself, and then nail it in place and trim off any excess. So if he's using a pair of tin snips, you can use utility knife. I wouldn't be using a power saw myself.
That'd be a little bit much for
Yeah, I wouldn't want to hit the pretty stuff I've just put up. So you just fold it over. It'd be a lot easier if it's not ice cold like it is here, because now we're chilling off because we've got a storm coming in again.
Yeah. And just
Ondura roofing cures droughts.
that it does.
Seriously. Okay, well that looks pretty.
One right there. Look at that.
Okay, a little bit of this.
Just, yeah, about right there. It'll go through the flashing here too, so I have to hit it pretty hard. There we go.
That looks
Beautiful.
cool.
And just repeat the process on the other end.
Yeah, but that looks cool.
Yeah.